even after 20 years, they can't get enough of it. One more year echoing throughout the arena. When you feel that love, what thoughts and emotions go through you?
Yeah, I just got out of the locker room and I was talking to BG, and I'm like, there's still days where I'm like, I can still do this. I still want to play basketball. And then there's, the flip side where there are days where I'm crawling out of bed. And that's, I guess, a struggle you have when you get to this point in your career. You have to do so much to be able to get back on the court. It's bittersweet in a lot of ways. And I think once the season's over, I'll have a better idea of what it looks like for me in the future.
Diana, Coach talked about your family being here. Just kind of want to ask you, just how's it been to have their support over your entire basketball career?
Well, my family's been there since day one. And what they did was they let me do what I wanted to do. And that's a lesson as a parent that a lot of us can take, is when someone wants to do it really bad, that's when really great things happen. Not when you're being pushed and ushered a certain direction. They always let me be myself. And when it came to basketball, I can't tell you how much support I had from my family, extended family, coaches, friends, ex-teammates. There was something nice about being on the court today, and I don't have a big circle, it's a small circle, but they were all there today, and that was pretty cool.
What did you think of all the pomp and circumstance leading into the game, the whole if campaign, and
Yeah.
then once you kind of checked out, like parents were there, you gave hugs to everybody,
Yeah.
post game, what do you think?
It's a lot. It's a lot while you're still thinking about, still got 2 playoff games to play on the road, and still trying to get things figured out as a team going forward. The next couple of days to make sure we go out there and play well and hopefully get a road win and bring it back here. But you can't stop and think and reminisce and think about if it is the last time walking down that tunnel, the last time putting on that jersey at home. I've just had so many great memories in this building. This city has just been second to none to me. It's home now, and it's pretty cool to see, kids that started coming in 2004 and, now they're married with families, own businesses. You've seen them grow up and they've seen me, kind of grow up. And that's been pretty cool.
Two-part question, D. From the beginning and what you call near the end, but you don't know. So how important was it to get that embrace from Gino
Yeah.
right there, of course, to start what is your legendary career at UConn? And then second part is, how important is it to have 20 years as a motivating factor possibly from Kobe, what he did with the Lakers?
Coach means the world to me. I got to Connecticut as an 18-year-old that didn't really know much, but thought she knew a lot. And he quickly told me I didn't. And he let me know that every day, because he knew if I could just scratch the surface of where he thought I could go, something special could happen. And 20 years later, to still have his love, his friendship, his mentorship, his family, I looked over and he was chatting with my dad in Italian. It felt like my home visit 20 years ago in Chino. And my mom kicking my dad underneath the table, like, shut up. You're drinking wine. All those memories start coming back to you. And Kobe set the bar, to be in one place for 20 years. You could probably handpick that many people that have played for one team for that long. And it's not easy being in one place for 20 years. It's a long relationship of, ups and downs and compromise, and I don't like this and I don't like that. But at the end of the day, this franchise, through my ups and my downs, always had my back, and I always try to pay that back by coming back a better player, a better teammate, and, you know, in that sense, I've been really lucky.
You talked about growing up, and you're out there with 2 children, your wife's
Yeah,
sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've grown up. I mean,
Yeah.
well, can you put that in perspective a little more from 04 to 24?
yeah, you know, I built a life here. I built a family, a home. You know, this place has given me so many amazing relationships that I'll take with me forever. You know, whether I come back next year or not, I'll always be a part of this franchise. I'll always be cheering it on. I'll always be a part of it through the wins and the losses. And, you know, I'm going to feel what the X Factor feels every single night when they come to this arena expecting, you know, a show. That's the beauty of playing here. And that's the standard we've set in the last 20 years. Trying to win a championship every single year. And that's given me great pride to come back year after year with that vision of, you know, we can do it again this year. And, you know, we're going to get on the plane tomorrow and we're going to have that same vision.
And you mentioned the small circle. Did you know who all was going to be here? Were there any conversations you had with them? Like,
No, everyone just said good luck tonight and we'll see you in the winter. So I didn't know a lot of my ex-college teammates, high school teammates, coaches. I went to warm up and I saw Corey Gaines, who I have, you know, so much respect for. Learned so much from him. So he was the first domino to drop. And then as the game was going on, I'm like, a lot of pleasant faces that I shared a lot of great moments with. And you know, we'll break bread tonight.
Diana, se especula que esta puede ser tu última temporada. Acabas de dar un discurso al X Factor esta noche. ¿Qué mensaje le tienes a la afición de habla hispana? Y segundo, has comentado de que no quieres tomar una decisión basada en emociones. Pues ha sido una temporada emotiva. ¿Y puedes describir unas de estas emociones de lo que has pasado a lo largo de la temporada?
Y bueno, para todos los fanáticos de acá de Arizona, como dije anterior, es mi casa ahora. Mi familia vive acá, todas estas memorias. Yo vivo todos los días pensando en la gente que vive acá en Arizona, que viene a los partidos. La hincha por 20 años vienen a todos los partidos, si ganamos o no ganamos, siempre vienen a darnos la fuerza y la motivación para jugar un partido fuerte para ellos.
Can you both repeat in English?
Yes, I asked her about the message that she delivered to the X Factor this evening, so asking her to deliver a message to the Spanish language audience. And part 2 to that is asking her about her emotions that she's felt throughout the season, being that she has explained that she doesn't want to make a decision based on her emotions throughout the season.
Y bueno, la segunda pregunta, cuando estamos en la temporada estoy bien concentrada en el equipo, en la temporada, en todos los equipos que estamos jugando contra. Ahora, mañana lo vamos a jugar un partido de los playoffs. Entonces, cuando termina la temporada, creo que con mi familia, con mi grupo, bien cerca de mi corazón, voy a hacer una decisión para decir a toda la gente.
Gracias.
Do you, when it does come time,
Yeah.
and you look at your teammates now and the future of the Phoenix Mercury franchise, just how good of a state is the franchise in?
Yeah.
You know, Kyle, Tosh, Sophie, all your teammates.
You know, I think the tide turned, obviously when Matt and Josh stepped into the picture. I think they've just completely changed how people feel about this franchise, obviously with the Mercury and the Suns, and, you know, what we were able to do in the offseason with Nick as our new GM, hiring Nate. I think it's brought a different vision to our team going into the future, and obviously the last couple seasons were difficult. And I think you can see this team and this franchise and what it means and what it stands for. And obviously, Tosh and Kai and Beck are a big part of, you know, the future going forward. What BG's been able to do here for the last 13 years, and she's going to step into the role of really being the person who represents this franchise, and the way she's done it has been amazing. And I think Sophie has really stepped up into that leadership role of, you know, this is what it looks like to play in this building and to put that jersey on. You know, so I think we're in a good place going forward regardless.
Diana, we saw fans crying in the stands. How are you able to control your emotions throughout this whole game? I mean, seeing your family, seeing Sue, how are you able to keep it all together?
You know, it's not easy, and I wasn't trying to fight any type of emotion or feel a certain way. I just kind of took it all in. You know, I was trying to focus on the game a little bit too. You know, but you know, it's just a lot of memories that go through your mind. The good ones, the bad ones, and more than anything, just really grateful to have really good people around me my whole career and going forward. That is the one thing that, you know, I think back on. It's been the same faces for 20 years, and that feels just as good as the jersey for 20 years.
We'll do one more.
Do you have more days where you feel like you can keep doing this, more days where you struggle to do that at bad?
Yeah.
And a follow-up to that is, what is your timeline to decide on what
Yeah.
you're gonna do?
I would say it's 50-50. For every good day, I have a bad day. And a bad day is not a bad day. I mean, I see a lot of grizzled faces in here, you know what I mean? You know, like, you wake up and you're like, shit, my neck hurts today, for what? You know, a lot of those days. And then I have days where, you know, I feel great out there and I feel like I can do this forever. And, you know, I still got it. But I have to take a step back and think about what's next in my future too. I have to think about my family. So, you know, as soon as we win this championship, this decision will come quick.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Steve.